Well, here we are. We're at the end of the expansion, and I feel like SE didn't deliver on the mid-tier content in 14 currently. They gave us Criterion, they gave us a new deep dungeon, but I don't feel like that was the right kind of content to fill the hole that Eureka/Bozja left. I'm gonna talk about what they done wrong, where Criterion went wrong, and also I'm gonna give them some suggestions on where they could go better in 7.0, because boy, we don't want to do this again. My issue is this: why on earth did SE think Criterion was big enough to fill the massive hole that Eureka/Bozja was? You just can't do it. It was such a one-shot style content that it was doomed to fail on that front. It just doesn't work. But Criterion's not bad. Let me just start off with that first. Criterion's not bad content in itself. We asked for harder dungeons and they gave us harder dungeons. But the way they implemented it, thinking that it was just something that was going to be like, yeah, this is equivalent to Eureka/Bozja, that's where they failed. No, SE, no, bad, stop it. They should have given us Eureka/Bozja content and Criterion content. That's what should have happened. If they were side by side, guess what? We'll be in a much healthier position. And let me get on to the rewards as well. The rewards in Criterion were laughable. How are you giving people material for doing Criterion dungeon? Harder content than normal relays. It's just, it's rude. It's disrespectful. I can't believe SE thought, yeah, we'll give them materials. That's fine. That's okay. They will take that and the mount. Oh, and the glam, that one set of glam. Furthermore, I feel like Eureka/Bozja content is gonna live much longer than Criterion. Even now, people are still running Baldessi and Arsenal. They go through Animals, they go through Progos reluctantly, they go through Pyros, and then they go through Hydatos as well to do it. People like that kind of content. I just don't think Criterion has that kind of staying power like Eureka/Bozja does. You just run it a few times, then it's over. There's nothing there to make you come back. Whereas in Eureka/Bozja, there's so much more to make you come back. The rewards, I didn't get that bloody swallow amount, by the way. You had the one-on-one battles in Bozja. You had BA inside of Eureka. You had the relic weapons that had an impact within Eureka as well. You had the Logosgram systems that were in Eureka and Bozja. You had the elemental armor that was inside of Eureka. So you can understand that there was so much for people to chase within those zones. That's why they stick around, and the stuff that's in there is desirable still to this day. Whereas in Criterion, there's very little that is desirable apart from the mount. I can see it now. People are just thinking, oh, he just wants to get Bozja and Eureka back. I can see it.
He just wants to get it back. He just wants to get Eureka and Bozja back into the game. That content sucks.
But guess what? When it was there, people had stuff to do. And even if you didn't like it, guess what I'm about to say? Why not we have both? We can have Criterion and Eureka existing side by side. It's a crazy concept, but why can't they both exist in the same space? You know, if people want to do Eureka/Bozja, do it. If you want to do Criterion content, do it. Give people the choice instead of one or the other. I feel the Eureka formula is fine, /Bozja content as well, saying that. Like, Bozja was not to everyone's taste. I feel like some people did like Eureka over Bozja, so they could do a little bit of retooling to make it a bit more appealing to both parties. So where Eureka people thought, oh yeah, this is not bad, and Bozja's people are still happy. But outside of that, I think Eureka's fine. They've nailed it, they've done it. Alright. So in the dungeon side of things, this is where I want to get my idea. Criterion is good, but it needs some serious fleshing out, because this one style shot content that you're doing SE is good, but it's got no longevity. So you take Criterion, keep that difficulty, keep the trash difficult, keep the bosses difficult, but then just give us more dungeons. You can take 3 old dungeons from previous expansions, take 3 from the current expansion wherever we are in the time, and use those as your 6, and then update them every other patch if you want to. You could take them even further. You can take the logogram actions from Eureka/Bozja and put them in there, allowing people to augment their skills further if you make it harder. Or maybe you can allow people to choose different affixes they want applied to the dungeon to thereby increase the rewards that they get. Or allow us to have both on at the same time and then give us scaling dungeons. Also for tanks, I know in Savage a lot, especially lately, a lot of the time the boss centers itself and it does the mechanic. Here in the dungeons, maybe you could allow the tanks to move the boss even if the mechanic's going on. So that way it gives them a little bit more importance in positioning of the boss, because I know we've lost that a bit as expansions have gone on. So you could reintroduce that aspect into the harder dungeons and give that aspect back to the tanks, because I know some people like doing that kind of stuff as well. So let's talk about the rewards for these dungeons. I don't know why SC is scared to give us more gearing options inside 14. We've had the same options for God knows how long. Give people a little bit more choice, a little bit more variety, and you know, fix crit and direct hit. But that's another topic anyway. Like, they could give us gear from Savage, they could give us gear from the tomes, and then you could have gear from the dungeons that we do as well if we want to go that route. I know some people don't like to do that stuff, like it's probably too much option for some, but hey, you know, I'm throwing it out there. It could be cool. I like having more options, so I don't see why other people wouldn't like to have more options as well. Whereas or they could do it like they've done Unreal, where they give you currency when you complete it, and then, you know, give more appropriate rewards than just amount and material. I feel like they've severely missed the mark on Criterion for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe they ran out of time. Who knows? I don't know why. It just boggles my mind that you give people material and amount. I'm saying it again. I have to say it again because it's just, I can't get over it. And then you just give people glam as well, just one set of glam. I don't know if they're trying to build up the catalog over time, but I'm not gonna make excuses for them. I don't know. To close out, I just feel that to fill out the mid-tier content in 14, they got a lot of assets in the game that they've built up over the, 10 years now I think it is? Where they have made really cool dungeons like Anima, to be all honest, I thought was going to be a trial, but he ended up being a dungeon. I think they done him a bit dirty. But it is what it is. But they could redeem him with making him a harder dungeon, and that, you know, something that people could see, but like, yeah, this is kind of the Anima I wanted to fight. You know, like almost like the minstrel's retelling if they wanted to go down that route for the dungeon out there. But that's just one example that I'm going to give on why I feel like they can reuse a lot more of the assets in the game. Also, just popped in my head now, they could Unreal all the raid tiers that obviously have gone untouched for a long while, like Alexander. Alexander is a very hard raid tier that I'm sure a lot of people would love to run at max level / eye level. That could be at the end of the expansion. They could throw it out there, you know, guys, we've unrealed Alexander tier for you guys to chew on while we do the expansion. People will do it, I'm sure they will do it, and then you can give, again, make sure the reward is correct for what people are doing, and they will do it. But yeah, that's me done. I've said my piece on the matter. Hopefully SE sees it. Hopefully SE, you know, joking aside, sees people's complaints, and yeah, they resolve the issue, because I know Criterion's coming out next week, so I'll be interested to see what changes. Also, I'm new to this. My name is Vaxar, and hopefully you had a good time, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.